Now here we have an aircraft that is truly a one of a kind. The interesting backstory and if this is a good model of it, we'll find out now. With that, welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at an Airbus A320-200 of DLR, which is the German Aerospace Center. At the front of the box we have the cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and at the bottom of the box we have the DLR logo. At the back of the box we then have a lovely rendition of the aircraft, we have the original dimensions of the aircraft and some additional information. So that's it for the box. Let's take a closer look inside and at the aircraft model itself. And here she is, the Airbus A320-200 of the DLR, and this aircraft is specifically known as D-ATRA, which stands for the Advanced Technology Research Aircraft. So from that you can probably guess this is not really a normal A320 flying passengers around the world. But more on that a little bit later, because first we take a look at the model. And we start off with the tail section where we find the DLR logo on the vertical stabilizer. On the fuselage we then have the German flag and the full registration code. At the very tail we also have some lovely detailing around the APU exhaust. At the front of the aircraft we then find the acronym D-ATRA, which stands for Advanced Technology Research Aircraft, as we can see written here. Underneath that we actually have something that very much looks like a signature, but I wasn't really able to figure out what that is about. If you work at the DLR and know more about this aircraft, then why not let me know in the comment section below. And then next to the cockpit windows we also have the DLR logo once again. That leads us to the cockpit section where we have the cockpit windows with the window wipers printed on, and from there we can then move on to the engine nacelles. They have been kept in all white, just as most of the fuselage. We do have the lovely silver leading edges, and also if you look from the backside I think that looks rather nice. And of course if you look into the engines from the front we can see the engine fan blades as well. Then on the fuselage just above the wings we have the emergency exits printed on, and that leads us straight to the wings, which we should definitely also take a look at. And we start off here with the top side where we have the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out, although that could definitely be much nicer pronounced. But we do have some different shades of grey for additional detailing, and I think that looks rather nice. The underside rather subdued when it comes to details, but still pretty much okay. The wings have the original wingtip fences used by Airbus instead of the winglets. I think they look okay, but in more recent releases I think Herpa does a better job replicating that detail. However, where this model clearly beats more recent releases is the landing gear. Here we have the main landing gear underneath the wings, which I think looks really awesome, and also the front landing gear here I think looks much nicer in this case rather than what we have as standard today. And then last but not least we also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here in the back side of the aircraft and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Airbus A320-200 of the DLR, and I'm not talking about the train system in London, but Deutsches Zentrum für Luft- und Raumfahrt, or in English, German Aerospace Center. But what is this aircraft, the D-ATRA? What is this all about? Well, the Advanced Technology Research Aircraft is simply a modern flight research platform. And what does that mean? Well, the aircraft is used for all sorts of different experiments and testing, such as studies of interior acoustics, airflow noise measurements, research into alternative fuels, engine measurements, research into low noise approach and departure procedures, or studies on pilot workload and work distribution. Basically, it's used for a whole lot of things that can improve aviation in the future. But now quickly back to the model itself. Overall, I think it's a really nice model. Obviously, there are a few things where more recent releases are better, but there are also places where this model definitely beats more recent releases, especially when it comes to the landing gear. And I think it's really awesome that we have such a model from Herpa Wings, and I wish that Herpa would do many more, whether they are research or business jets, but many more of these special aircraft. That would be awesome. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. And with that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.